Thank you all for coming to the post-game press conference. Final score, Charlotte 58, Wichita State 66. Coach, would you like to open with any beginning statements?
Yeah, tough one tonight, obviously. We're looking forward to coming back home here for this little home stretch here, because it's been a grind on the road, I think, up to this game. The last 10 of 15 games have been on the road, so that makes it challenging for the group for sure, but, I mean, they've been phenomenal. I mean, they're working, they're learning the system every day and getting a little bit better at it. Tonight I felt like we regressed in a couple of areas that we have been pretty good in, which is disappointing, but obviously we're going to have to get back to practice on Thursday and talk about that and, review it on video and get back to preparing for Rice on Saturday, which obviously would be a fun day.
Coach, Isaiah came off the bench, had a plus 14, plus minus. What did you see from him? He didn't take a shot. What did you see from his impact on this game?
Well, I mean, obviously it shows you can make a big impact on the game without taking a shot, and it's been a struggle for Zay this year. It's unfortunate for him. It's, we've needed his inspirational play, which he showed tonight. Like I said, it shows you can make a massive impact on the game and not even taking a shot. You play defense, you rebound, you move the ball, you organize the team, you make inspirational plays, diving on the floor, blocking shots. Obviously you can do all those types of things. So, moving forward, we're going to need that from him. We've needed that from him from day one, because he showed that over the 4 years he's been here. And, for him, I hope that he can, continue to play with that type of inspiration and calm. I thought he played with good calm today. So hopefully he can learn from that.
Coach, you don't attribute anything to fouls, obviously, but when it feels like you have a sixth man on the other side of the bench in stripes, what's the message to your guys to just make sure that they hold up everything that they can do?
Look, I've been doing this long enough. Like that, they're not going to decide the game like we do. I mean, we've got to make plays. We've got to make our own luck. Like when you're struggling, all right? When you're struggling, you got to make your own luck, and you got to make some plays. And two teams out there tonight that have really struggled all year. Especially in conference play, have struggled to play good enough basketball to be on the other side of the result when that clock ticks zero. So. They made some plays down the stretch, which we didn't. The patch in the first half really hurt us when we're up, and then they scored 12 straight in transition. I mean, that's not what we've been excellent in that department, and that's an area we regressed tonight, which was disappointing. And then we had our moments in the second half, but then we have a dip. We fight to the end. It's a 3-point game. You got to make some decisions coaching-wise and on the floor, to foul, not foul, play it out, so on and so forth. And, they made enough plays down the stretch and we couldn't. That's the way it goes.
Coach, Nika hit a couple shots early on. He's really rebounding well. When he's hitting his shots, what can that add to the team offensively?
No, he did. I mean, he's obviously a big, strong man. He's not a university student, you would think these days with how old some of these guys are. But, look, he did a really good job on the glass. He is a very good shooter. It's been a struggle for him all year too. I mean, he's not been healthy one day. He's been here, and he's still not healthy. So, it's just lots of little things that kind of add up to building pressure, you know what I mean? But he's had a couple of pretty good days of practice, and I thought he did a couple of pretty good things in the UAB game. And, if he can keep improving and make little improvements to the system understanding and then executing and then obviously making shots will obviously help. We just haven't – I feel like I say it all the time. I feel like we generate a lot of shots and we can't make them. It's frustrating, it's deflating, but we just got to keep working at it. We move the ball, we don't turn the ball over. You know, we had 6 turnovers tonight. You know, we only had 10 assists because we can't hit open shots. You know, we generate 28 threes or 26 threes, whatever that is. That's modern day basketball. That's what you got to do. But you got to make shots. Like, I can't draw up the magic layup every day, you know, every play. So we'll get back to it on Thursday.
They missed 2 free throws late in the game. They get the Chick-fil-A special, and then y'all tie it or get it to 3 points, and the stadium loses its mind. What does it mean to you to still hear that enthusiasm, hear that support week in and week out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last year was, you know, magic around here. You know, like it was awesome. It was a blast, and the guys on that team last year really showed what this environment can be. And this has been a struggle. This has been the other way. This is like 180 degrees the other way, right? And it's difficult. And I've been a head coach for 30 years at all different levels, right? And you know, I haven't gone through anything like this. So it was a learning experience for me. You always learn something. I'll tell you this right now. You're always going to learn something as a coach and as a player. But the message that I have for the guys is obviously to continue to work every day. Someone's always watching. Someone's always evaluating. You know, I do appreciate those coming out and still supporting us. I mean, the guys are working. You can see that, you know, we're working out there. You know, we're just not executing at a high enough level. We generate good stuff. You know, the energy, you can feel that energy in the building, you know, but we got to do our job to give them some energy, you know, to give us, to drive us too. Like, it's a two-way street. This isn't just a one-way street on all that type of thing. You know, you need to play in a way that inspires your community that support you by playing really hard and desperate and getting after loose balls and doing all those types of things. So, yeah, it was awesome to feel that tonight. And, you know, hopefully Saturday's a big crowd. You know, it's obviously going to be a special day for Coach Lutz and, you know, the alum that are back. And, you know, it's going to be awesome to have them around the program.
Speaking of Coach Lutz, what would you describe how he's meant to this program back in his day, and what does it mean to get to play for him on Saturday?
Yeah, I did talk to the guys in the locker room after the game. It's going to be obviously a special day, right? And Coach Lutz and all the coaches before him, you know, have you know, created some amazing memories for a lot of people around here. You know, students, community support. I mean, he had that thing rolling when he was here. You know, it was. And that's what it was like. That's what it felt like. Like, you know, a lot of people, their feedback to me on last year was like that, like what it was when he was here. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be unacceptable if we don't come out and just play super hard. You know, like, that's got to be a non-negotiable. Come out and play really hard and together, and which they are. We just got to execute better. So, you know, to have him around the program, you know, you know, we send messages back and forth and, you know, talk about the game. And, you know, the coaching world's a hard, lonely world. It can be at times, you know, like what I find, you know, over my 30 years of coaching, you know, obviously it's very easy for people to support you when you're doing well. It's always very interesting to me who keeps in contact with you when you're struggling. You know, that's always the big thing for me. And, you know, because it's tough. But I actually enjoy the challenge, you know what I mean? Like, as I said to the guys, it sucks losing, like it does. But the thing that kind of inspires me or motivates me is, all right, well, how are we going to respond to this? Like, how am I going to respond to it? How's the staff? How are the players? How's the community? You know, you just got to keep supporting and working. We all just got to work, you know, and cover our bases and prepare the best we can, and then it comes back to executing. We've got to execute. And, well, tonight we didn't do that well enough.
Thank you all. That concludes tonight's press conference.